Hello, welcome Rough City Athletics family and other viewers. My name is Sam Spinelli. I'm the president of Rough City Athletics. I'm here to talk today about supplementation. So, we as a company have certain beliefs on how supplementation should be used and what supplements are beneficial. So, I'm just going to talk a bit about that. So, first thing is that Rough City Athletics is a very heavily research-based company. We value research. We make sure to do regular reviews, analyze what's going on, and how it affects what we do. So, based off of that, we know that supplementation is a small component of nutrition. On the greater overall, we know that calorie balance, macronutrient breakup, and things like meal timing and components of that meal breakdown are far more important than supplementation. So when all of those are in place, supplementation can be beneficial. If it's not in place, it's not that beneficial. If your goal is to lose weight and you have a very high calorie balance, most of these things aren't going to help that much. But if everything else is in place and you want to take that next step further, then they can be of benefit. So that's number one thing to consider. Number two is, what does research actually show of being of benefit? In regards to a lot of aspects of health and fitness, research is very beneficial, but one area that is very valuable is in supplementation, because we can easily run a randomized control trial and evaluate the effectiveness of something like creatine. And so, in saying that, we can go through and decide what actually plays a role, how it plays a role, and whether it is a benefit or not. So that is something that we consider as we selected the supplements that we explain to clients we value and we believe in, and then supplements that we say are potentially of value, and supplements that we say are not of value. So we don't just take something and see if it gives us a cool feeling, and if then recommend it. We consider it. We try and take our own personal beliefs, set them aside initially, evaluate what is shown on paper and through research, and then put our own values and beliefs into it. So with those things underway, the big supplements that we value and express to clients are of benefit are something like, as I said, creatine. So in this unmarked container, I hold creatine monohydrate, one of the most researched supplements on the market, showing debatably one of the greatest benefits, depending upon your sport and a choice of exercise. But creatine monohydrate, best choice of creatine that there is. This is just bulk creatine, bought off CanadianProtein.com, not being paid from them in any capacity. So why creatine monohydrate? Because in research, it really shows that none of the others are nearly as beneficial. They don't do anything special. They cost way the hell more. And so why buy them? This guy, inexpensive, good results, easy to take. I don't see why not. So creatine monohydrate can be ingested, so taken in, and then converted over to creatine phosphate. The ingestion of it can challenge your system to bring in more storage for creatine phosphate, and then from there you're able to sustain a power output for a slightly longer duration, or have more energy for that power output to occur. So in things like a heavy exercise, an explosive exercise, a peak performance of something, we have the ability to produce a lot of power and force, and this can help extend that duration. So creatine monohydrate, great supplement. Next up on that list is fish oils. So a lot of people take them for various different reasons. We see them as a benefit depending upon your nutrition. So if you're an individual who eats a diet plentiful in fish, don't worry about it. But if you're an individual who doesn't, and you don't take in a lot of omega-3 through other sources, then it can be very beneficial in making sure that you are reaching a full nutrition profile And so it's not necessarily anything magical. It could be easily not needed depending upon your nutrition, but if you are an individual who doesn't eat a lot of fish or a lot of fatty fish, then you're likely not getting in enough omega-3, so it can be of benefit then. It can help with reducing inflammation and joint support and other similar things. So next up on the list would be whey protein. I buy mine bulk, nothing fancy. There are other ones in the market that are debatably better and could be slightly better for performance or increasing muscle mass or whatever you want to give it as an explanation. But when it comes down to it, that is a cheap product that works. What does it do? It helps you intake more protein. It's not going to be a magic weight gainer or a magic way to lose weight. It is a protein source. So if you don't like eating chicken breast, that can help you reduce that. It's a very individual based thing. If you have to eat 120 grams of protein in a day and you don't like ingesting other sources and that helps you reach that goal, perfect. But if you eat tons of meat and other high rich dairy sources or whatever it may be and you don't need that, then you don't need it. It's not a requirement. A lot of people have gone very far without using it and wouldn't see a lot of benefit from it. So it's very individual in that regards. So those are the three primary ones we recommend. Another one is caffeine. So caffeine depends. If you are an individual who can tolerate it, then it can be of benefit. It helps improve performance, helps improve cognitive function, helps stimulate your nervous system. So it has a lot of great qualities, but for a lot of people, they don't handle it well. So then it's not a good choice. Research across the boards shows performance boosts. So I'm going to go with that. But once again, people can build up a tolerance to it and need more and more and more over time, and then also can build up an addiction towards it to where they almost need a certain quantity to just function. So personally, I recommend that people go through cycles of amounts that they use. And for a lot of people, when they're in off season or far away from competitions, trying to heavily reduce that. And that way, as they can get towards competition, especially competition day, you can amplify that and see the peak performance on that day. But that is for a different time to discuss. So as a company, those are the primary ones we recommend. Beyond that, my own individual nutrition and support, I live a lifestyle that can be challenging to get in the proper nutrition. It's a bit of a cop-out, but I make sure to do what I need to reach my means. So I am a doctorate student for physical therapy, and in saying that, I have a very busy lifestyle, and I don't necessarily eat the highest quality sources of food all of the time. I try to do a good job, but I know that I'm not going to necessarily. And so to help complement that, I have supplements to help me with that. So first on the agenda is a green supplement. This is just one that I ordered off fitness1.com. It was just one that had a flavor with it that wasn't going to taste horrible. And when I looked at the micronutrient breakdown, it looked really good. So it is nothing more than that. It's a bunch of essentially vegetables ground up and put into a powder, and it works for me. It makes sure that I stay healthy, that I don't get sick, that my skin doesn't break out as much. So it's good. Next up on that list is chlorophyll. Similar product essentially, just in a more concentrated form and one of the more researched ones of those micronutrients and variables. So in a lot of green products is chlorophyll. It's sort of what gives it the color. And it has a lot of qualities and research that show benefit in different ways. There's beliefs of it having cancer benefit. There's beliefs of it with acne and skin conditions and also inflammation of different things. So I take it for that benefit. I find that it helps me as an individual. The research isn't quite strong enough for me to start recommending it to other individuals, but anecdotally from my own personal use, I have seen it help with those benefits. So I take it. It's really cheap and it doesn't really affect me in regards to cost, and I just take 2 pills and I'm good. So in addition to that, I don't go outside as much as I would like. During the summer, get out more, but the main part of the school year, indoors a lot, so vitamin D for that. I also live in Massachusetts, and before this I lived in Western Canada, so not really super sunny areas. Then melatonin, so to help assist with my sleep. Once again, very active lifestyle, brain is running high quite often. So then multivitamin, so nothing special. Once again, just making sure that I clear the boards and I'm healthy. Now, in addition to those, there's a few things that I use to help with my own performance. Number one, which sort of goes in lines with those other supplements, would be branched chain amino acids. I use this in regards to fueling me within my workouts to help get me towards that muscle protein synthesis. A very small thing in general. Total quantity of protein in a day is what matters more. But if I can ingest that and help gear towards more muscle growth, then I'm going to try and do that. In addition, I take it throughout my day when I'm on long study durations and I know I'm not going to eat, so I will take some of that to help keep up my protein intake. Then I also have two other products that I use. These are pre-workouts, so depending upon your personal preference, most people take a stimulant-based pre-workout, so usually caffeine or similar things, and in them, people usually take them and get this amazing feeling of being fuzzy. It's a skin quality and sort of head stimulant, and what they are typically are products that are just very heavily supplemented with niacin, caffeine, and beta-alanine to give you that feeling. They're not necessarily like awesome supplements in regards to boosting performance. So one that I take that is decent, it's C4. It's a pre-workout. It is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it gets the job done. Whereas this one, which is a recent product that just came out from a company called Carbon, new company, just came out with bodybuilding.com by an excellent person on this industry, Lane Norton, powerlifting badass and researcher and bodybuilder. So you put all those things together, he's going to have a great supplement line. And this is called Prep. I'm a big fan. It is not a stimulant. It is a pre-workout though. All the ingredients in it are backed by research, backed by the dosage. It's awesome. I have personally liked it very much. I've only had it for about a week, and every time I've used it, I do well in the gym. So that's, to me, anecdotal, but it's good enough. I've yet to take it and have a bad gym session, so it isn't it's not a godsend. It's a product that will help me in regards to being mentally there and also having small little boosts. So that's why I take it. So in summary, products we as a company recommend: creatine, specifically creatine monohydrate, fish oil, whey protein, and caffeine. Myself as an individual, I take those fairly regularly. Whey protein, not quite as much, but occasionally. And then also multivitamin, chlorophyll, green supplement, vitamin D, melatonin, and the pre-workouts. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tried to keep it as quick as I could, a little bit long. But if you liked it, like the video. If you have any more questions, feel free to send me an email or just write a comment below. All right, thank you.